What if I told you that the words you speak could be the key to unlocking unlimited wealth and success? It's not magic. It's science and ancient wisdom combined. Imagine transforming your reality just by changing how you talk about money, success, and life. Ready to discover how the power of words can shift everything for you? Let's dive in. Understanding the power of words. Foundation. Words are far more than simple tools for communication. They are powerful forces, each carrying with them a unique vibration that can shape our reality. This idea isn't just an abstract philosophical notion. It has been explored in both ancient traditions and modern science. At the heart of this concept is a principle from Japanese culture called kotodama, which translates to the spirit of words. According to kotodama, every word spoken generates a distinct energetic vibration, one that can either attract or repel energies in the world around us. It might sound mystical, but there's scientific evidence that supports the profound effect words can have on our physical reality. The most compelling example comes from the work of Dr. Masaru Emoto, a Japanese researcher who conducted a groundbreaking experiment involving water crystals. In his study, he exposed water molecules to various words, thoughts, and sounds, then froze them to observe the crystal's formation. The results were astonishing. Water exposed to positive words like love and prosperity formed beautiful, symmetrical, and harmonious structures. On the other hand, words such as anger or hate resulted in distorted, chaotic, and fragmented crystals. The implications of this experiment are profound. If words can influence something as simple as water, which makes up over 60% of the human body, just imagine the impact they could have on us. Our words directly affect our bodies, minds, and environments. They shape our perception of the world and, ultimately, our experiences within it. This idea aligns with the fundamental notion in both science and spirituality. Everything in the universe, including us, is made up of energy, constantly vibrating at various frequencies. Now, it's important to note that while words themselves have inherent power, the true influence comes from how we use them. Words, in their purest form, are tools for directing energy. If we use them consciously, we can attract positive forces into our lives. If used unconsciously or negatively, they can contribute to limiting beliefs, frustrations, and stagnation. Just as an instrument can be used to create beautiful music or discordant noise, our words can be harnessed for constructive or destructive purposes. As we delve deeper into the impact of words on our reality, it's important to recognize that our thoughts and language are intertwined. The way we speak about our lives, money, relationships, and personal growth directly impacts how these things manifest. So, when we say something like, "I'm always broke," or "money is hard to come by," we are reinforcing those very beliefs, thus programming our minds to perceive and attract more situations that align with that scarcity mindset. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Conversely, by changing the words we use, we change the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us. Instead of speaking from a place of lack, we can choose words that align with abundance, possibility, and success. This simple shift in language can create a ripple effect that influences our thoughts, behaviors, and outcomes. In this way, words are not just reflections of our thoughts, but active creators of the reality we experience. They are the threads that weave the fabric of our lives. And by consciously choosing to speak words of power, we have the ability to change the patterns that have been woven over time. The science behind mindset and wealth, practical insights. Our brains are not passive receivers of information. Rather, they are active participants in shaping the reality we experience. One of the key mechanisms in our brain that influences this process is the Reticular Activating System, RAS. A network of neurons located in the brainstem. The RAS acts as a filter, deciding which information should be brought into our conscious awareness, based on what we focus on or believe to be important. This process happens automatically, often without us even realizing it, and it plays a pivotal role in shaping how we perceive and interact with the world around us. To better understand how the RAS works, Imagine a simple scenario. Let's say you've decided that you want to buy a red car. You're not actively looking for one. But now that the idea is in your mind, you begin to notice red cars everywhere you go. It's almost as if the universe has suddenly placed an abundance of red cars in your path. In reality, those cars have always been there. But because your brain is now attuned to noticing them, they've become more prominent in your field of view. This is the ROS in action, helping you focus on what you've decided is important, filtering out the irrelevant noise. The same principle applies to wealth and money. If you hold a belief that money is scarce or difficult to earn, your ROS will actively seek out information that supports this belief. You might find yourself noticing more financial setbacks, unexpected expenses, bills, or maybe a sense of never having enough money. This doesn't mean that money is any harder to find than before. It's simply that your brain is focusing on circumstances that reinforce your existing mindset. Essentially, your thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. Now, the real magic happens when you decide to shift your beliefs, especially those about money and wealth. The power of rewiring your mindset lies in your ability to retrain your brain to notice new patterns and opportunities. If you start thinking about wealth and abundance, your ROS will begin to filter information that aligns with these new beliefs. You might suddenly begin to notice new income opportunities, financial growth, and even the small, often overlooked avenues where money can flow into your life. This is a direct result of changing your internal narrative around wealth. The process of shifting your mindset is not about ignoring the realities of your financial situation, but about changing the lens through which you view it. Instead of focusing on scarcity and lack, you focus on abundance and possibility. By consistently thinking and speaking in terms of financial growth, such as, "There is always enough for me," or, "I am open to receiving wealth," you are essentially telling your brain to look for evidence that supports these positive beliefs. As a result, you start attracting the right opportunities, meeting people who share your mindset, and noticing financial possibilities that you might have missed before. This process is deeply rooted in neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Essentially, your thoughts shape the wiring of your brain. When you repeatedly focus on positive beliefs, like the idea that money is abundant, your brain physically rewires itself to make it easier for you to recognize opportunities for growth. Over time, this rewiring can create a profound shift in the way you approach wealth, allowing you to take more proactive steps toward financial success. However, it's important to understand that this shift won't happen overnight. Like any habit, rewiring your mindset requires consistent effort and practice. The key is to make positive, empowering thoughts about wealth a regular part of your mental diet. Instead of thinking about how hard it is to earn money or how impossible it seems to get ahead financially, you focus on the opportunities you're grateful for, and the belief that financial growth is possible and available to you. The more you repeat these thoughts, the more they will become ingrained in your neural pathways, leading to a more abundant mindset over time. The impact of this shift is not only psychological but practical. As your brain adjusts to noticing more opportunities for financial growth, you may find yourself making different choices, whether it's pursuing a side hustle, networking with people in the finance space, or simply being more open to new ideas that can lead to financial success. These actions, in turn, can start to compound, creating a snowball effect of prosperity. It's crucial to remember that mindset alone is not a magic bullet for wealth creation. While the brain's ability to focus on opportunities can certainly help, it needs to be paired with concrete actions. Your mindset should serve as a foundation that drives your actions, making you more attuned to the possibilities that can bring wealth. Without action, the positive thoughts and beliefs about money are merely ideas without practical application. It is the marriage of mindset and action that truly unlocks the potential for wealth and financial success. In summary, the ROS plays a critical role in shaping the way we see the world, including our relationship with money. By consciously adjusting the way we think and speak about wealth, we can rewire our brains to notice and seize the opportunities around us. This process not only changes the way we see money but also changes the way money interacts with us, leading to a life filled with greater financial abundance and prosperity. The secret words that unlock wealth. Throughout history, certain cultures have developed unique practices and philosophies around prosperity. These concepts are often integrated into daily life and spiritual practices. In the Buddhist tradition, there are specific words that are said to carry profound power. Not only spiritually, but also practically, when it comes to aligning one's energy with abundance. These words, can, shin, and tun, serve as a foundational part of an ancient method of attracting wealth. Each word is distinct, yet, when used together, they form a powerful process for manifesting prosperity in life. The first word, can. The first of these words is can. At its core, can is a word of possibility. It shifts the mind into a state of openness, where new opportunities are no longer seen as out of reach or improbable. The word itself implies potential, and when it is spoken, it calls upon the inherent capacity to grow, learn, and embrace change. In the context of attracting wealth, can is the starting point of transformation. It is the recognition that prosperity is not limited to a select few, but is available to everyone who dares to believe that they can access it. It encourages a mindset shift from scarcity to abundance, helping to break down the barriers of self-doubt and limitation. The power of belief. To understand the impact of can on wealth attraction, it's important to recognize the psychological power of belief. When you declare that you can achieve financial success, you unlock a fundamental aspect of personal empowerment. This declaration shifts the brain from a state of resignation to one of active engagement. By constantly reinforcing the idea that you can attract wealth, you program your mind. You program your mind to search for opportunities and recognize the paths that lead to abundance. The word itself breaks down the mental walls that often hold people back, allowing them to step into a world of endless possibilities. It's not just about having the potential for success. It's about acknowledging that potential and making it a central part of your worldview. The second word, Shin. The second word, Shin, carries a more spiritual significance. It is often translated as heart or spirit in many Buddhist teachings. But in this context, it refers to aligning one's energy with the universal flow of prosperity. While can opens the door to opportunities, Shin ensures that your energy is aligned with the very essence of abundance. In Buddhist philosophy, everything is connected through an invisible web of energy. Prosperity, wealth, and success are not just material constructs. They are energetic forces that flow through the universe. Shin activates the flow of these energies and aligns your inner state with the external forces of prosperity. Aligning with abundance. When you speak the word Shin, you invite yourself into a deeper relationship with the universal forces that govern abundance. It's not just about seeking wealth. It's about understanding that wealth is a natural extension of the flow of energy in the world. When you align yourself with this flow, you are essentially in harmony with the universe's abundant nature. This process is not just mental or emotional, it's deeply energetic. Through practices like meditation, mindfulness, and prayer, you can cultivate an internal state that resonates with prosperity. This allows you to move through the world with a sense of purpose and direction. Letting go of resistance. In practical terms, aligning your energy with the flow of prosperity through Shin means letting go of resistance to wealth. Many people struggle with the idea of deserving or being worthy of financial success. Often, this struggle comes from deep-seated beliefs in scarcity. Shin helps dissolve these limiting beliefs by encouraging a sense of connection with the natural flow of wealth. Instead of viewing money as something separate or unattainable, you begin to see it as an integral part of the abundant energy that surrounds and supports you. This shift in perspective is crucial for those trying to attract wealth. It removes the internal blocks that could otherwise impede the process. The third word, tun. Finally, we come to tun. Tun is the word that brings the process of wealth attraction into tangible manifestation. Tun can be understood as the act of completing the cycle of manifestation. After you've shifted your mindset with can and aligned your energy with Shin, tun serves as the final key. It brings your intentions and desires into the physical realm. It is the word that bridges the gap between the abstract and the concrete, allowing you to see your thoughts and energy take form in the material world. Manifestation in action. Manifestation is a complex process that involves both internal and external forces. Internally, it requires clarity of intention, focus, and positive alignment with the universe's energies. Externally, it involves taking action, recognizing opportunities, and engaging with the world in ways that allow your desires to materialize. Tun is the activation of that external process. It's about taking the steps necessary to bring your goals into reality. Whether that means seeking new opportunities, making investments, or simply being open to receiving abundance in all its forms. Action and spiritual alignment. The word Tun serves as a reminder that manifestation requires both spiritual alignment and practical effort. You cannot simply wish for wealth and expect it to appear out of nowhere. Instead, Tun calls for active participation in the process. It encourages you to take inspired action, step out of your comfort zone, and trust that the universe will meet you halfway. By saying Tun, you affirm that you are ready to receive and act upon the opportunities that arise. This is the critical phase where the energy you have cultivated with Kan and Shin becomes tangible, allowing you to see the fruits of your labor and intentions manifest in the physical world. The power of Kan, Shin, and Tun together. When combined, these three words, Kan, Shin, and Tun, form a powerful cycle for attracting wealth. They serve as a guide for shifting your mindset, aligning your energy, and taking the necessary actions to manifest financial success. This triad is not just about thinking positively or hoping for the best. It's about deeply integrating the principles of possibility, alignment, and action into your life. The words themselves are tools that activate different aspects of the manifestation process, helping to bring your vision of abundance into full realization. Practical application of Kan, Shin, and Tun. By incorporating these words into your daily practice, you can start to shift your energy toward wealth. You'll see new opportunities where you previously saw none, and take the inspired actions necessary to bring your dreams to fruition. It's not just about thinking in terms of material wealth. It's about embracing the deeper spiritual truth that abundance is a natural part of the universe. By aligning your mind, spirit, and actions with this truth, you unlock the full potential of wealth and success in your life. Story: Hiroshi's transformation, real-life example. Hiroshi's story is a powerful example of how deeply entrenched beliefs, especially those concerning money, can shape an individual's reality. Changing those beliefs through language and mindset can ultimately lead to profound transformation. Born into a family of small merchants in a quiet, rural town in Japan, Hiroshi's early life was marked by hard work and modest earnings. His father, though hard-working himself, often spoke of money in a way that implied it was something to be wary of. Money was often the cause of conflict or greed. Hiroshi grew up hearing phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," and, "The more you earn, the more problems you face." These words planted seeds of fear and scarcity in his mind. They reinforced the belief that wealth was inherently corrupting and unattainable. This mindset followed Hiroshi into adulthood, influencing every decision he made, particularly with regard to his finances. Despite working tirelessly in various jobs, Hiroshi found himself caught in a cycle of perpetual struggle. He could never seem to save enough money. Opportunities that might lead to financial growth seemed to pass him by. The harder he worked, the more frustrated he became, unable to break free from the mental constraints his father's words had imposed on him. To Hiroshi, money was a necessary evil, something that only brought stress and complicated relationships. His attitude toward wealth created a barrier that prevented him from seeing the possibilities that could lead to prosperity. One day, while on a pilgrimage through a serene Buddhist temple, Hiroshi met an old monk. The monk, seeing the weight of life's struggles in Hiroshi's eyes, asked him a simple question. "What are your thoughts on money?" Hiroshi, a bit taken aback, answered truthfully, "I believe money is dirty. It brings more problems than it solves. Life is a constant struggle." The monk smiled gently, nodding as if he had heard these words many times before. He didn't respond with a lecture or a philosophical discourse on the nature of wealth. Instead, he said, "Change your words, change your life." At first, Hiroshi didn't fully understand what the monk meant. How could changing his words, just the words he spoke, possibly change the course of his life? But something about the monk's calm presence and the simplicity of his advice stuck with Hiroshi. The monk then shared 3 words with him: can, shin, and ton. These words were not just simple utterances, they were gateways to shifting his internal narrative. They opened his mind to the possibility of a life of abundance instead of struggle. Hiroshi began to speak the words daily, unsure of their power but willing to trust the monk's wisdom. He would say "can" to himself when he woke up in the morning, reminding himself that he was capable of achieving success. Shin was repeated during his meditation, a reminder that he was aligning his energy with the universal flow of prosperity. Ton was spoken when he faced challenges, helping him to manifest solutions and opportunities. For the first few days, nothing seemed to change. His thoughts still felt cluttered with doubts, and his circumstances still felt entrenched in the same financial difficulties. But Hiroshi persisted, continuing to say the words with intention and belief. It wasn't until about a week later that things began to shift. The change wasn't immediate, and it certainly wasn't dramatic at first. But Hiroshi started to notice subtle changes in his life. He became more aware of small opportunities, an invitation to a local networking event, a potential business partner he hadn't considered before, a neighbor offering him advice on a financial decision. These were the kinds of things Hiroshi had overlooked in the past, convinced that he was destined for a life of struggle. But now, with a mindset open to possibility, he saw these opportunities as stepping stones rather than obstacles. The real breakthrough came when Hiroshi realized that his thinking had shifted from scarcity to abundance. Where once he had viewed financial setbacks as confirmation of his beliefs about money, he now saw them as temporary obstacles, challenges to be solved rather than insurmountable walls. As he continued using the words, he found himself thinking in new ways. He began questioning old assumptions and exploring new avenues. The word "can" reminded him of his own capability and the potential he hadn't realized he had within him. Shin helped him tune into the energy around him. He began seeing prosperity not as something external and out of reach, but as something he could align with and attract. And Ton gave him the confidence to take the necessary steps, to act on opportunities when they appeared, and to make his ideas tangible. Within a few months, Hiroshi launched his own small business, an endeavor he had always dreamed of but never felt equipped to pursue. He started by offering personalized goods that celebrated the rich traditions of Japanese craftsmanship. At first, his business was slow to grow, but Hiroshi stayed committed to the principles he had learned. As he aligned himself with the flow of prosperity, his business began to gain traction. Word of mouth spread, and demand for his products grew. He began to experience financial growth in ways that seemed unimaginable just months earlier. Hiroshi's belief in abundance became a self-fulfilling prophecy. He was not only able to sustain his business, but he also built a solid foundation for future growth. This transformation wasn't just financial, it was personal. Hiroshi's relationship with money had completely shifted. Instead of fearing it, he now viewed it as a tool for positive change. He was no longer burdened by the idea that wealth would bring stress or corruption. Instead, he saw wealth as a means of providing for his family, helping others, and living a life that aligned with his values. Hiroshi had broken free from the limiting beliefs that had held him back for so long. By changing his words, he had changed his life. Hiroshi's story illustrates the power of words in shaping our reality. The ancient words "can," "shin," and "ton" may seem simple, but they carry with them the energy of possibility, alignment, and manifestation. When Hiroshi shifted his inner dialogue and adopted a new language about wealth, his external circumstances began to change as well. He moved from a place of scarcity and fear to one of abundance and opportunity, all by choosing to speak differently. Hiroshi's journey is a testament to the fact that our thoughts and words have a profound impact on our lives. By changing the way we speak about money and prosperity, we can unlock the door to a world of opportunities and growth, just as Hiroshi did. Personal reflection, connection. Reflecting on Hiroshi's transformation, I find that his story reveals a profound truth about the relationship between words and reality. For much of my life, I, too, believed that my circumstances defined my future. I thought that if I worked hard enough and stuck to a routine, success would inevitably follow. But Hiroshi's journey challenges this notion by showing us that our internal dialogue, especially the words we use about wealth and success, can shape our reality in ways we might not fully understand. His story serves as a powerful reminder that our words are not merely reflections of our thoughts. They are the architects of our experiences. When we consider money, success, or even life itself, the language we use carries immense weight. We often find ourselves trapped in cycles of negative self-talk, believing that we are unworthy of success, or that wealth is elusive, dirty, or unattainable. This language is so ingrained in us, often passed down from generation to generation, that it becomes difficult to see beyond it. We don't even realize that we are speaking ourselves into a state of limitation. Our words become like walls, confining us to a narrow view of what is possible. Take, for example, how many of us might say things like, "Money is hard to come by," or, "I'll never be rich." These statements, though seemingly harmless or even true at times, act as affirmations that reinforce a mindset of scarcity. They not only influence our emotional state, but also subtly direct our actions. The more we say these things, the more we reinforce the belief that wealth is something difficult to attain, something outside of our reach. But Hiroshi's story invites us to reconsider this narrative, and to recognize that by changing the words we speak, by choosing a different vocabulary around success, money, and abundance, we can begin to shift our entire experience. What struck me most about Hiroshi's journey was the idea that the words themselves are just one part of the equation. Yes, changing what we say is powerful, but it's not enough to simply speak new words without an alignment of feeling and intention. Words like can, shin, and ton are not magical in isolation. They don't work if we don't believe them or feel their energy deep within us. These words are vehicles for change, but they require belief and emotional alignment to truly unlock their power. This is where the real magic happens. The key lies in saying these words not just with your mouth but with your heart and soul. When you speak them, you must believe them as if they are already true. You must say them with a sense of gratitude and abundance, even if your circumstances don't immediately reflect that reality. I believe that the way we speak about money, success, and life reflects our emotional state and our beliefs. If we hold onto a belief that wealth is unattainable, that money is the root of all evil, or that success is only for a lucky few, then our words will mirror that belief. And because our words influence our actions and decisions, we unknowingly continue to attract situations that affirm those limiting beliefs. But if we choose to speak with intention, to use words that align with prosperity, possibility, and success, we start to break free from those cycles. The shift in our language shifts our energy, and in turn, our energy shifts the way we engage with the world. This shift is not just about the words themselves, it's about the feeling behind them. We've all experienced moments where words don't quite match the energy behind them. Maybe someone says, "I'm fine," but their body language tells a different story. In the same way, we can say things like, "I am attracting abundance," or "I deserve success." But if those words are not infused with belief, intention, and the feeling of abundance, they will not resonate on the deeper level that is required for change. It's like a seed that needs the right environment to grow. Words, when spoken with the right energy, create that environment of possibility and abundance. Without that energy, the words remain hollow, like an echo that fades away into nothingness. This is where Hiroshi's transformation becomes so powerful. His journey didn't just involve saying new words, it involved truly feeling the energy of those words, allowing them to resonate within him. It's easy to understand this intellectually, but living it is where the true challenge lies. The language we use to talk about wealth has to reflect a mindset of abundance. It's not enough to say, "I am wealthy," if we still feel deep down that we don't deserve wealth, or that it's unattainable. The words must be aligned with the feeling of abundance that we wish to invite into our lives. This alignment between thought, word, and feeling is what ultimately creates lasting change. In my own life, I've come to realize that the more I focus on the language I use, both with others and with myself, the more I am able to open myself to new possibilities. For years, I, too, Believed that wealth was something that came only through hard work and sacrifice. I told myself that rich people were lucky, or that financial success was simply outside my grasp. But once I started to pay attention to my words and the energy behind them, I noticed a shift. By simply reframing how I spoke about money and success, I began to notice opportunities that had previously been hidden from view. I started to see money as a tool for creating value, for building a better life, rather than as something to be feared or avoided. I began to say can, not just as a word but as a belief in my own potential. I began to say Shin, not just as a mantra but as a reminder that prosperity is a universal energy, available to all who align with it. And I began to say Ton, believing that I was capable of bringing my ideas and dreams into reality. These words didn't work because they were magical, they worked because I said them with intention, belief, and a feeling that they were already true. The story of Hiroshi serves as a guide, not just for those seeking financial success, but for anyone looking to make a meaningful change in their lives. Whether it's in the realm of money, career, relationships, or personal growth, the words we speak create the reality we experience. They are more than just fleeting sounds, they are vibrations that shape our internal and external worlds. If we want to break free from the limitations we've imposed upon ourselves, we must start by changing the language we use. By speaking words of possibility, abundance, and alignment with universal prosperity, we open the door to a life that reflects those very beliefs. So, as I reflect on Hiroshi's journey, I am reminded that our words are not just a reflection of our current reality, they are a reflection of the potential reality we can create. The power to shift our circumstances lies in our ability to change the narrative we tell ourselves. And that begins with the words we speak. We don't need to wait for external circumstances to change. We can begin by changing the way we speak. And in doing so, we change the energy we emit into the world. This, in turn, opens the doors to a life of abundance, possibility, and fulfillment. The 7-Day Challenge, a test of transformation. Now that you've understood the immense power of words and how they shape your reality, it's time to take action. This is where the real work begins, transforming the way you think, speak, and ultimately, live. It's one thing to learn about the impact of language on your mindset, but it's another to put that knowledge into practice and see it unfold in your own life. That's why I'm introducing the 7-Day Challenge, a simple but powerful practice that will test your ability to align with the energy of abundance through the use of the words can, Shin, and Ton. This challenge is not just about repeating words for the sake of it, it's about fully embodying these words in every moment of your day. You'll be using them to rewire your thoughts, to shift your energy, and to create a deeper connection with the flow of wealth and prosperity. Over the course of 7 days, you'll begin to notice subtle changes, new opportunities, shifts in your mindset, and a deeper understanding of how words shape your world. Morning. Start your day with purpose. The first step of the challenge begins the moment you open your eyes. Before you even get out of bed, take a few deep breaths and ground yourself in the present moment. Your thoughts may be clouded with to-do lists, worries about the day ahead, or lingering concerns from yesterday. But in this moment, you have the power to reset your energy. As you lie there, say the 3 words, can, Shin, Ton. Don't just say them mechanically, say them with intention. Feel the vibration of each word as it resonates within you. Let them fill you with a sense of possibility and open your mind to the opportunities that await. Can shifts your perspective, opening your mind to new possibilities. Shin aligns your energy with universal prosperity, reminding you that abundance is everywhere, ready to flow into your life. Ton brings the manifestation of that abundance into your reality, completing the cycle. As you say these words, take a moment to visualize wealth flowing toward you. Picture it coming in all forms: money, opportunities, new connections, and experiences that will help you grow. See yourself as already aligned with the energy of prosperity, as if it's already on its way. This is not just about wishful thinking, it's about grounding yourself in the belief that you deserve abundance and that it is already a part of your reality. The key here is to say the words with emotion and belief. Let them fill you with excitement, confidence, and an unwavering sense of trust in the process. Your words carry energy, so make sure that energy is one of optimism and possibility. Don't just repeat them out of obligation, feel them. Visualize them. Daytime. Aligning with abundance throughout the day. As you go about your day, you'll likely encounter moments of doubt, stress, or financial worry. It's natural, life presents challenges, and our old habits of thinking can quickly resurface. However, the challenge is about shifting your mindset in those very moments. Whenever you feel anxiety or negativity arising, pause and reconnect with the words can, shin, ton. It's easy to slip back into old patterns of thinking, especially when faced with a difficult situation. Perhaps a bill comes due, or a financial setback arises. Instead of letting these moments dictate your emotional state or reinforce the belief that money is scarce, stop yourself and say the words can, shin, ton. Take a deep breath and say them slowly, focusing on the energy behind each word. Feel the word can expand your vision and open your mind to the possibility of solutions. Let Shin realign you with the universal flow of prosperity, reminding you that the universe is abundant and always working in your favor. Finally, say ton and visualize the abundance already coming to you. Even if the situation at hand doesn't immediately change, you will begin to shift your energy and your perception of what's possible. The more you repeat this process, the more your reticular activating system, RAS, will tune into opportunities that you might have missed otherwise. The more you consciously realign yourself with abundance throughout the day, the more the universe will respond to that energy. It's all about consistency. Don't just say the words passively, feel them and believe in their power. Night. Reflect and reinforce the abundance. Before you go to sleep, it's important to take one last moment to realign your energy and reflect on the day's events. This step is about closing the loop of the cycle, reinforcing your connection with the energy of abundance, and making sure your subconscious mind is fully aligned with prosperity as you enter the rest phase of your day. Before lying down, close your eyes and repeat the words once more, can, shin, ton. This time, reflect on the opportunities you received throughout the day. Even if they were small or subtle, acknowledge them. Maybe you had a conversation that could lead to a business opportunity. Or maybe you found an unexpected savings. Whatever it may be, take a moment to be grateful for the abundance that came to you. Even if it's not always immediately obvious. This final repetition before bed serves two purposes. First, it reinforces the mindset of abundance right before you enter a restful state, helping to ensure that your subconscious mind absorbs the belief that wealth is flowing to you. Second, it closes the day with gratitude, which is one of the most powerful ways to amplify your energy. When you express gratitude, you are sending out a signal to the universe that you appreciate the abundance you've already received, making space for even more to come into your life. Remember, this is not just an affirmation practice, it's about aligning your entire being with abundance. You are not merely saying words, you are embodying them. Beyond the 7-day challenge. While this challenge is designed for just 7 days, the impact of aligning your words with abundance can extend far beyond that time frame. The practice of can, shin, ton is something you can continue long after the challenge ends. In fact, the more you incorporate these words into your daily life, the more you will find that your mindset shifts permanently. Over time, you'll create a new, more expansive way of thinking about wealth and prosperity. But don't just take my word for it, try it for yourself. Take the challenge, commit to these 7 days, and experience the transformation firsthand. It's not about quick fixes or instant results. It's about taking consistent, deliberate action to change the way you think, speak, and live. The more you align your language with abundance, the more your reality will begin to reflect that energy. This challenge is just the beginning. By the end of the week, you'll have planted the seeds of change. The key is to keep watering those seeds every day, ensuring they grow into something powerful. Change your words, change your energy, and in doing so, change your life. By now, you've seen how the words we use can shape our lives. They influence our mindset and attract the abundance we desire. The Kan Shin Tun practice isn't just about repeating 3 simple words. It's about transforming your entire being to align with the flow of prosperity. It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of limitless possibility. And it's about creating a life that reflects the energy of wealth and abundance. But this journey doesn't end here. The 7-day challenge is just the beginning. As you continue to practice, the changes will grow deeper and more profound. You will begin to see the universe respond to your energy. It will bring opportunities, abundance, and growth into your life in ways you never thought possible. This practice has the potential to completely shift how you interact with the world. And it starts with you. So, as you embark on this journey, remember, change your words, and you can change your life. The universe is waiting to align with your intentions. Are you ready to speak the language of prosperity? The path to wealth and abundance is yours for the taking. The only question left is, will you take the first step?